Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 11th. We're just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you. We're going to do past, present, future, and outcome. And in your past position, you have this Voyage and Wisdom card. I feel like it has been a journey that you've been on for a long time. For some of you, could be trying to find fulfillment with the Ace of Cups there. Could be love, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be you trying to figure out like what you actually want to do with your life. As I always say, even if you're 90 years old, you could still be trying to, figure it out. And look, you have this card here that says you are very close to achieving your goal. So, you have this powerful change card. So I feel for a lot of you that you are getting very close to achieving the things that you want. It's like you and Pisces, I know I always say this, but I say it because it's true. You two always have very similar readings. I would say that you're the most similar opposites that I read for. And, it just seems to me like there's this trend of you two kind of really launching into success or creating something that is like a little bit of a stretch, right? Maybe it's not too bad, but, sometimes I think when we reach for those things that are just out of reach, that's where we truly become successful. And so, that's what I would encourage you to do. You have this Milk and Honey card in this deck, which I love. It's a card of like miracles and good things coming into your life. So I definitely see a lot of good stuff here. There's no doubt about it. I feel you've had some difficult endings. You have the Ten of Swords here. It's like, that's the crap, right? I feel some of you have experienced some crap or some junk, probably issues with people not giving to connections, right? Or I'm also just getting broken promises as well. This doesn't even have to be love. I mean, this could be in business or your career where it's like you work with someone and maybe they just can't follow through on the project, or they just can't see. I'm getting more of like that energy of them, of like people not being able to, do things like you can, I don't know how else to say it, Virgo. It's like when you operate at a high level, and it's like if you work with people who don't, it's like not even their fault, right? It's like most people, they go to their job, they just do the bare minimum, and it just is what it is. But they are doing their job, right? And so it's like not their fault that you're an overachiever. That's what I feel like saying here. And so, I kind of feel some of you have dealt with some of those issues like in work and business. You have the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Swords. The Ace of Cups, of course, can be a card of love or love coming in. I do feel like, I don't really feel that you're focused on it, but I do feel that it's something that will be coming in the future if you want it, because you have the Two Wands to the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know, but this future position here, right here, this row, it just looks more like you are focusing on some other things. Seven of Pentacles sometimes I feel is a card of like trying to get your biggest bang for your buck, meaning like the things that you work on in life, it's like how can you get the most out of those things? And I always say that I believe we're in a time of leverage where we need to look for those opportunities where we can get the biggest bang for our buck. So, I would fully encourage you to do this. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, of course, is a card of conflict and competition. It doesn't have to be a bad card. I feel like you've learned a lot through, conflicts or issues that you've been dealing with in your life. You have the Ten of Swords here. Personally, I don't consider the Ten of Swords to be a bad card. I consider the Nine of Swords to be far worse. To me, the Ten of Swords is the end of the situation. So it's like not even something that you necessarily have to worry about anymore. Whatever the Ten of Swords was. And not only that, he's making a symbol with his hands that represents a blessing. I'll show you that in a minute, but I feel like there are blessings coming in for you after like a difficult period of time. You have the Page of Swords as well. It's like, I feel like you need to go towards this right here. You see this little dog on the Fool card? It's almost like there is something that either has always been loyal to you, or there's something that you have always been loyal to. And what I mean by that is it's like if you're looking to do a project or to launch a side hustle or a business, like I feel that there's something that really resonates with you that's always kind of like been a part of your life, And I think that's something that you need to think about here is that, that there's something that's always been loyal to you, right? And I feel you need to move towards whatever that is. It's like I don't really have a good example other than tarot, right? Because this is what I do, but it's like tarot is something that I've like always done. I've always been interested in it, even when I was younger. And, it's like one of those things. It's always been there for me. So, it's like if you have something like that in your life, I feel you need to move towards it, whatever it is. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles here. The Seven of Pentacles is a card that can represent a change in direction. But again, I really feel you are more looking to get more out of the situations you enter into. We are in a time where I think we should do that. So, like I said, good idea. With the Five of Wands, you have the Death card. The Death card is, of course, a change, and the Death card can represent a transformation as well. And we see a lot of transformation stuff going on in this reading. Wasn't there a card that said transformation on it or something? Or am I making that up here? I thought you did, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I feel like you're going through a big transformation. Oh, yeah, it says expect a powerful change is what that card says. With the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Cups. So, the Page of Cups can represent a love offer coming in for you. But the Page of Cups, he normally has a little fish in that cup. And, this is a card of your dreams. Mostly, I say that because of this right here. In your current position, you have this card that says, you are very close to achieving your goals. You also have this card that says, New Moon Eclipse, expect a powerful change. We have 2 eclipses coming up. And again, I feel really good about these eclipses, especially for you and Pisces. As I said, I literally just said to Pisces, I feel really good about this set of eclipses. I'm not saying that things in the world are going to be perfect, but, I do feel that there's just a lot of good stuff going on with these eclipses. So, I encourage people to, make sure that they take advantage of this energy of the eclipses and, kind of really work with it. But, again, I feel that you're very close. I feel this is saying don't give up. You have the Ten of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. I see the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles as some sort of disappointment that you've been working through. Maybe you feel it's something that set you back a little bit, right? Like as far as your work is concerned, if you go through a difficult breakup or a separation, sometimes that can make it, it can make it very challenging to work or to, do other things. It might be something that's been on your mind. But, again, he's making this symbol right here with his hands that represents a blessing. So I feel like there are blessings coming in for you here with the Ten of Swords. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead, taking control of your life. And you can see here that he has this wand behind him, and he's reaching forward to that new wand in front of him. And that new wand is just something new. It kind of says the past is, complete. Ten of Swords, dead, done, over with. And now it's time to reach forward to, bigger and better things. So I feel there is a powerful change coming in for you. You have the Five of Pentacles, which can represent feeling like you don't have the resources. I say this all the time, but I really feel that everyone is experiencing this type of energy, the energy of not having the money or not having some sort of resource that you think you need to be successful. But when we go this way, you have 2 6s. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love 2 6s. To me, 2 6s says that you're going in the right direction, that you're doing the right things that you need to do at this time. So it's kind of like a symbol of great success coming in for you. I love 2 6s, and those are 2 good 6s as well. So really nice. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Justice card. See, I feel like you need to realize that, I think you need to realize a couple things. Number one, like if you're waiting for someone to get their karma, I kind of feel that for some of you here. It's like it might seem on the outside like someone, I don't know if you're like watching someone on social media or something like that. It might seem on the outside that things are going well for this person, but really not. Like really, you are not that person. You don't know. And again, you're probably just making stories up in your head. Someone needs to hear that. I also feel that for others, it's like you are going to get your karma. It's like sometimes I think that the universe or whatever might, if your ex did you dirty, they might build that person up just to crash them down, right? So they might be getting their karma, but I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just focus on yourself. With the Two of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. I knew there was something about some sort of separation going on here. So, again, for some of you, you could have felt like someone did you dirty, and I'm not saying they didn't. Judging by this, they probably did. But I feel it's time for you to focus on yourself because, again, there's like something really sweet. You have this Milk and Honey card, which is like the land of milk and honey. There's something really good that could be coming in for you. But, I feel you need to, it's like something that needs to be embraced is what's popping into my head. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Tower. Yes, someone left you out in the cold, for sure. This was a shocking surprise, I'm sure. So it's like one of those things where maybe you thought you were really to meant to be with a person, and it just didn't work out how you thought it was going to work out here, Virgo. So it's like I don't really have any good advice. Like, people used to ask me this question all the time, and I they would say things like, oh, this person told me all this stuff, and then they left me, like, why did it happen, and all this other stuff. And I never had a good answer, and like, until it happened to me. So this last year I was like totally blindsided by a person, and it really woke me up. It's like, again, I'm not saying this to air my dirty laundry, but it's like one of those things where it's like there is no good answer. There is no good answer as to why someone does it. And so I think the best thing to do is just to let it go and just say, you know what, there is no good answer to why someone would do something like this, or why someone would blindside you, and all of a sudden, like, a bunch of lies come to light, and maybe they were telling you like all these things, like they loved you or whatever. I don't know, that story's popping into my head for someone. And I feel like just investing in things that can invest back into you with the Six of Pentacles and the Justice card here is going to be your justice. You know what I mean? It's like investing in yourself and just realizing that, maybe if a person did this to you, it's like they're just how they are, just the person that they are, just not trying to rationalize it. There is nothing rational about it. I always say that love isn't logical in the first place. So, if you're trying to make something logical, that could be causing some problems. Other than that, I do feel like some of you are rebuilding after you had a tower moment in business or work, and I feel like you're doing this right now. Even though this right here is your future position, it's like your near future. You have two cards of cleansing here. These are both cards of cleansing and purging, the frog and the panther. And so I feel a lot of you have done a lot of processing of the things that you need to process, which is good. It's like when you process this information, or the things that you've been through, and you just come to conclusions on your own, and you're just okay just moving on without needing to know like why someone did something, or why something happened in business or whatever, and you can just make peace with it. I think that's where your success is going to come from. The frog, they live on water and land. They're able to transmute their emotions, and they're also symbols of abundance as well. So I feel like there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of power in you being powerful by just processing something that you've been through. It's kind of weird because I feel like every single one of you has been through something like this, like a tower moment recent, like maybe over the past couple of years, and but for some of you, I feel it's love, like a love situation. For others, I feel it's more of like a business situation where something happened, or something didn't go right. You have the Fool, which is saying take a leap of faith on a new beginning. I'm hearing distant memory as well. Like, I feel like this is something where when you take this leap of faith, your life is going to improve so much that this past situation is just going to be a distant memory. I also feel like this situation was meant to like show you what has always been loyal to you. Again, I was hearing that. The dog right here represents loyalty, but I feel like there are certain things where it's like, you're seeing like, oh, all these things have always been in my life. Like, after what happened to me, I'm not going to get into the details, but it's like, I saw all the times, like, I would be texting this person, I would be like ignoring other people who are important to me in my life. And it might sound like trivial, not important, but it really made me appreciate the people who were always there for me. I was like, damn, I wish I didn't spend so much time on this bozo, and I wish I really spent more time, caring about the people who clearly care about me. So it really put things into perspective for me, right? It really made me say like, wow, I'm never going to let that happen again. So, it's just like one of those things. Sometimes I think we have to go through these things. It's part of life. But again, more importantly, I think that there is something that has been loyal to you in your life. Like, it's something that's always been there, and it could be, I do feel it's financially related for whatever reason. So, it could be like a talent, gift, skill, or ability, or something that you're interested in. I would start, I would put more energy into it. It looks to me like you're about to be very successful. You're stepping into this land of like abundance, land of milk and honey with that milk and honey card. So I really feel that you need to put the work in to do it. You have the Seven of Pentacles. It's as if you're looking at the work that you have done already, and he's looking at the work he's done, and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Or, is there something else that I could be doing? And, I feel some of you have been weighing your options. You have a bunch of cards of weighing your options, Justice, Six of Pentacles. So you're really kind of looking and seeing, where do I want to put my energy? It's almost like this is some sort of discovery process that's going on here, I would go for it. I would go through the discovery process. It's kind of reminding me of experimentation. I think we're in a time of experimentation. So, if you're trying to discover who you are or like what you want to be, I would try different things and see what happens. With the Fool, you have the Ace of Wands, very passionate new beginning coming in for you. Very good reading. Definitely, I like where this is going for sure. Abundance. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. You're going to have to be bold and assertive. Could also be a fire sign coming in for you if you want love. You've been getting a fire sign for a long time with me. So, clearly this person could be in your energy, or of this person or something. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. I think you're waking up to your true purpose. I feel like you are waking up to something that feels right. It's almost as if everything you've been doing, there's been a lot of shifting and a lot of like shuffling around type of energy is what I'm getting. So this is, I'm talking about like work or business. Maybe you feel like you've kind of jumped around from thing to thing to thing, or you've been trying to find your identity as far as work is concerned, right? Or your career or your business or whatever it is. Even if you're retired, it could just be your life in general. And I feel like you're finally waking up to this right here. I'm going to show you. In the area of your outcome, you have this All That Glitters card and this Milk and Honey card. The All That Glitters card is a card of your authentic truth, your authentic self. And you can see that there are these two masks that are on all that gold there. Normally, this would be a card that says all that glitters is not gold, but I feel like this is more talking about your inner truth, which I feel like I said something about this in your last reading. But again, I feel if you could just reveal what you truly want in life, not everybody else, then you're going to be very successful. I feel like you're going to be stepping into this land of milk and honey where you're really going to be celebrating and having a good time. So love it. And I'm also, I think I said the word miracles at the beginning, and I feel like this maybe feels a little bit like miracles, but I really feel also don't discount like the work that you've done. You have the Six of Wands here. The Six of Wands card of success and abundance. So I do feel there is a lot of success and victories coming in for you with the Six of Wands. I see a lot of happiness coming in as well. I really feel people cheering you on. Again, there's that sense of like locking in to something. I really wish I had a better way to verbalize that. But if you've been shuffling around a lot and you don't feel like you belong or whatever, having that sense of belonging is really what I'm getting here. Where you kind of like lock in to who you truly are. You have the Page of Wands. Definitely a card of adventure and success. So I do feel like some of you, it's like you're going on some sort of adventure here. You have that Voyage card. I would encourage you to go on an adventure. I feel you could learn a lot. And you have the Queen of Pentacles as well. Definitely, I feel you are increasing your resources. It's like I do feel like some of you are like making more money, or you're finding better ways to make money here. So let's see. With the Six of Wands, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords card of law and order. It's also, you have that card of wisdom, and this is the card of knowledge and wisdom. So I feel a lot of you could be being celebrated for your wisdom, everything that all the things that you've been through. So, turn your pain into success, as I always say. And I think that that's what you could be doing here. With the Page of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. You have two twos here, and twos kind of represent leaving comfort zones, especially when I see multiple. Two of Swords, she has that island behind her. And I always say, she has to go to that new island behind her because it's a place that she has never been. It's like somewhere new that she can learn from. And I feel that new experiences are the things that will kind of lead to this, this card says expect a powerful change, right? With the Two of Wands, with the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands again. So definitely time for you to step outside of comfort zone. I think more importantly, though, this reading is saying there's something that's always been loyal to you. It could be a talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have. It could just be, some sort of constant in your life is really what I'm getting. I know it doesn't sound important, but I feel like it is very important. So we're going to pull 5 main themes now. And sure, we have two coming up. You have egotism, this egotism card and this companionship card. I would be careful of any new people that have egos. I would also be careful of past, everyone has an ego, but I would be careful of past people who are all up in their ego for sure. You have this practicality card. Virgo's middle name is practical. So I don't know. I think you're in your energy. You're just enjoying life, doing your thing, right? Next, you have this secrets card. This is actually a good card. It is a card that says, you need to look into things that you don't know about. It's a card of self-education. If something is a mystery to you, it just says go and learn about it, because there could be a lot of success. Again, you have that wisdom card. Wisdom is one step farther than knowledge. Knowledge, you learn about something. It's like, there are kids that, I knew in high school that, yeah, it's like they passed all these tests, but they really have done nothing with their lives. I'm not criticizing or anything like that, those people, right? But it's like you can remember something and put it on a sheet of paper, but actually putting it into practice is a whole other story, right? So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying, turn that knowledge into wisdom. Take it that one step further. You have this drama card. I would definitely be avoiding a person who causes drama or who causes problems. Again, if you have a person who comes in with an ego, they probably cause drama. You have this protection card. I feel like you are protected at this time, and it's like the universe really has your back. You have those 2 6s. To me, 2 6s is like having wind in your sails, so I really feel like you're kind of creating this powerful change for success. I love this very simple reading. There's no reason to go on and on. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.